Okay, quiet.
Okay, so welcome back to another reading vlog. Today I want to tackle the rest of my January TBR. We only have about 4 books left. I don't know if I'll be able to make it. I'm feeling the pressure because I've been procrastinating, because that's what I do. Once I have a deadline, I feel dead inside. If that makes any sense. The anxiety of completing a task because you're supposed to do it at a certain time just turns me off to the whole notion idea. So it's like I've given myself homework. Why would I do that? And that's the very reason I started this YouTube channel, is to kind of hold myself accountable. Say I'm gonna do something and try to follow through. Oh, God. Like, no one's doing this to you except for you. So yeah, the final 4 books I've already completed. Sam's Letters, Politically Correct, and Titanic. Those are wiped out and fantastic and just done. We will talk about that in the wrap up. So today we are going to try to, not today, but over the course of a few days, we're going to try to finish this. And I hope I can do it, because it's like, they're small, and you know, these are all things that I'm super excited about, and doesn't look like it's going to be hard writing at all. It's not like it's a Finnegan's Wake, you know, kind of book. So yeah, this should be relatively easy for me and enjoyable and painless. That's if and only if I could stop playing on my phone, meaning this kind of like Candy Crush type of game. I've never played Candy Crush before, but there's this game, oh my gosh, I just can't stop. I can't stop. My sister, she's always saying, she's not here anymore, but she's always saying like, put your phone in your room, put it away. I'm like,
I know, I'm almost there. This level's so hard.
Like, not that I even have the thing. I never like video games with the sound. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. So yeah, it's called Royal Match. I'm sure a lot of people know it, and it's quite addicting. I can't put it down, and that's kind of like jeopardizing my agenda and my timeline. It's so bad. I know a lot of people must be guilty of some things like that. People like to go on IG or maybe Facebook or YouTube. The moment you get me something like an iPhone 13, the latest version, the moment I got it, I was like, what game do I want to download? You know, it's so bad, you guys. It's so bad. But we're going to try to tackle this and see if we can come through. You will find out. You will find out in the wrap up whether or not I meet my goal. And it's a lofty one as well. So we have these: The Giver, Greenlights, The Sun Is Also a Star, and Anatomy of a Metahuman. So excited to get started with these. We're not going to do, you know, in-depth stuff. Again, all of that's going to be in the wrap-up. Little touches here and there, a little commentary, a little bit of a reaction kind of thing. We're going to try to also cook in this reading vlog. I have ingredients for a lasagna, but I don't know if they're still good. Oh, it's so bad. Ricotta, mozzarella, lasagna shells, tomato sauce, meat, meaning ground meat, turkey, Parmesan, egg. I believe that's it. Yeah, that's it. So we're going to try, now that I've said it, I'm going to be like, oh my God, why did you say that? And people are expecting lasagna. Back in middle school, I used to have this nickname sometimes. I was like, can you cut it out? Like, stop. But now I'm like, fond memories. Tanya Lasagna. That's what they used to call me. You know, I kind of liked it a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. NGL. That's my thing. So yes, these are the 4 books that we're going to tackle for the rest of the month for January. I've already have my Harry Potter vlog up. Go check that out if you haven't. It is basically just looking at the first 5 chapters of Harry Potter and how you know, my reactions to that and the little details about the Harry Potter introduction verse is like. That didn't make any sense, but you know what I'm saying. We are just basically taking a look-see at the first few chapters of Harry Potter, and yeah, I really loved it. Absolutely loved it. I was listening to my nice Hogwarts music, and nothing that you could hear in the video, but for my own pleasure reading experience, I was doing that. And then what else? Also, behind the scenes, I'm also reading 1984, but I'm taking it chunk by chunk. I don't want to put too much pressure on myself. As I said, I do work, so it's like, girl, you really take it easy. Cool your jets. Anywhoosies, welcome to this week's vlog.
Nobody's with me, guess I'll move on ahead. Searching around, 'cause I have been here before. It's all inside my head. Is it not strange how we all find something wrong with each other? The other. Is it not strange how we all find something wrong with each other, with the other ones here?
Come on, bucket, mop, broom. Flora says, clean up the room.
'Cause of me, please change your mind. The line is open when you're here. Just call my name, my name. Is it not strange how we all find something wrong with each other, the other? Is it not strange how we all find something wrong with each other, with the other ones here? Here we go, it's all about you, it's all about me, it's all about what we do. Making art, you and me, trying to find something to believe. Because I'm running wild, I ain't running free. Still got a lot of shit left to see. I'm stuck in this town, and the town's stuck in me. Always trying to find another reason to leave, but we sit at home, all alone. Hoping one day I'll never be known. 'Cause I'm stuck on the bottom, trying to feel on top. Wishing everything would just come to a stop. Cause we're trying to fill the holes in our souls. Trying to feel the music, let it take control. Stuck on the bottom, trying to feel on top. Wishing everything would just come to a stop.
Okay, so as you can tell, the living room is pretty much clean. It's not like a deep clean where I dust and move everything about to get into all the nooks and crannies of the space, but it is clean up. And I vacuumed, I wiped things down, I fluffed the pillows and fixed the couch, threw away some things, put away things, and just made the space a lot more inviting. So now what we're gonna do, I'm gonna open some packages that I did get. Nothing too severe or intense as far as the package opening. Is just a few little things, bookish and non-bookish things. There are no books in the packages because that's saved. Those are saved for like book hauls, as I've done before. I'll tag or link or put the card, something, whatever it's called, I'll do it and it'll be up. Okay, so, and I also lit a candle, as you saw, the Frozen Lake one. It is, oh my gosh, don't let this sun, don't let it fool you. Don't let it fool you. It's snowing out there. Don't let it fool you, you know? So, my trusty box cutter. I got a box cutter. First, oh my God, I almost like, what's wrong with me? I could gouge my eye out. My eyes! Like, let's not cut ourselves, as I'm like playing around with the very, very dangerous thing. Not playing, but you know. Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay. The first package. Oh, this is so exciting. Okay. They are some bookmarks, and I have them as the Justice League emblems for some of the heroes. So we got Flash, Wonder Woman, Batman, and Superman. Hey. So yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's really cool. Oh, I thought they'd be metallic for some reason. They are magnetic though. Oh, that's kind of cool. Let me try. Let's try to see if this will work. Oh. So this is what they look like this. All right, and then my book. Don't worry, I'll show you. So here's the book. The bookmark, and this is like magnetic, so they'll clasp together and you just basically put it over. So yeah, it's like this. So it's here, it's back here, but it's really here that you're trying to save. So it's like, oh, close my book, and my bookmark's nice and easily accessible. There you go. So that's so cool, because the thing is that I bought a couple of extra bookmarks, so I have a good 4 here, and then I have a few more, but I bought more bookmarks because I only have the one that my sister gave me, and since I'm reading multiple books for the channel, of course, this hair is just be getting, I feel like I have Zuko's hair right now. Yeah, so since I'm reading multiple books for the channel, I needed to get a couple more bookmarks, because it's like I don't want to leave the books open and, you know, like if that makes sense. So the ones that, oh my god, okay, so they did come today. I was like, oh my gosh, I really hope these come in time so I could just show them along with the rest of the bookmarks. Okay, so this one is a gorgeous Blessed Mother bookmark that I'm going to be using for any book, really. Doesn't have to be anything specific, but yeah, here it is. Oh, look how gorgeous that is. That is really pretty. Let me put her down. And then this, I don't think you can handle this. I don't think you're ready for this. Ooh. I'm not sure what this is, but I got 2 little boxes here. Probably forgotten what I've ordered. Probably another superhero-esque. What the heck is this? Oh, they're twinkle lights for my like, you can never have enough twinkle lights. Oh my god. Yeah, these are twinkle lights for the setup that I'm doing with the Harry Potter beverage. I already have that posted, and I'll link it again in the cards. But I did or I will do, because this isn't in the thing yet, it just arrived, but I will be doing like an Uncle Vernon cocktail drink with some brandy and vermouth and a couple of other little things, and I wanted to kind of spice up the set, so to speak, with a few twinkle lights. So I got 2 sets that are battery operated, so yay. By the way, if you ever have any trouble with opening these, one of my sisters told me the easiest way is to open it like a bag of chips, pretty much, so you don't really need anything. Because you know, like this little perforated edge here, bruh, simple. So I'll put that down there, nice and slow. Oh, this is another bookish type of thing. I saw this and I was like, I'm struggling. I have like little hand issues sometimes. They really are frail and weak, but this is like a walnut kind of book holder type thing. So it's like, as you're reading, it'll keep it open for you. Isn't that cool? Yeah, so I think I got the medium or large one. She got a fat thumb. So that's pretty dope. Dot business.
Got business.
Hang on. Let's see. Another one. Oh, I hate when I accidentally rip into the package and it looks like this. It's very tricked us something phobia. The other day I was like agoraphobic. So phobias are a thing, y'all. But not to the point where I'm like, you know, freaking out. I know it's a package. It's okay. But if I saw that in the wild, you best believe I'd be hiking up the mountain to get the heck away from it. Oh, and I also have some more magnetic ones for Wonder Woman. That's cool. Okay, so I have a an official shaker set for cocktails. So again, I need that for Vernon's drink, and I got the steel one. Quite inexpensive because I am not somebody who is a mixer or a bartender aficionado or somebody who just, you know, is really good at mixing drinks or anything of that sort. So we're about to James Bond up in here. So yeah, I got this really inexpensive one off Amazon, and I'll try my very best to link it in the description box for you guys. And I thought that this was a very comprehensive set of drinking glasses. So I didn't want to get a classic martini, you know, like skinny leg and the flute type of wide, you know, the martini look. So I got one that was kind of like a mix between, I like to think, like a whiskey glass and maybe something for a sidecar or a martini. So I got something that could be like used for other beverages as well. So I got this one here, and the brand is, oh my god, I thought it said Antifa. Athena. Wait, yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, so that's the martini-esque kind of glass. It is for martinis, you could say, but it feels like you could easily put whiskey there. So again, like those sidecar classic looking type of whiskey glasses, oh, they're beautiful. But we're trying to mine the space and mine the wallet. So I was like, oh, I can deal with this. When we have a larger space, we'll get the appropriate glasses. Yeah. And the final bookish thing are these gorgeous bookmarkers. Whoo, it's hard to speak sometimes. Bookmarkers, they are so pretty. They're like this little thin leaflet type of bookmark. You see that? So beautiful. So that's one. Came in like a set. I'll try to link them for you guys. Here's two. They're like floral little pieces. Very pretty. Three. Oh, this one's gorgeous. Four. Five. That kind of looks like a lucky clover leaf, huh? Did I say five? And I would think this is six, which looks like actually a lotus flower. And I was just watching Avatar as I was cleaning. So yeah, I think honestly my two favorites, I'm just judging from what I saw here, are these two. Oh my god, they're so pretty. And this one appears to be like a carnation, I think. Yeah, I know my flowers. I'll be watching Garden Answers. And also I pick up quite a few flowers every now and then from Publix or the grocery store, so you get to learn a few things. But yeah, I'll catch you guys when I do. Okay, so it is a little bit later and I've been reading my Superman book. I'll give you my thoughts in just a second. I just wanted to quickly get into Greenlights by Matthew McConaughey.
All right.
Again, this is supposed to be somewhat of a memoir. So basically he's just telling stories of his past. So that's really, really cool. So, oh my god. That's crazy. That's crazy. So let me read this really quickly. How did I get here? So I've earned a few scars getting through this rodeo of humanity. I've been good at it. I've been not so good at it. And ultimately, I found some pleasure in all of it, either way. Here are some facts about me to help set the table. I am the youngest brother of 3 and the son of parents who were twice divorced and thrice married to each other. We grew up saying, I love you to each other. We meant it. I got whipped until my butt bled for putting on a Cracker Jack tattoo when I was 10. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. Like, aren't those supposed to be like temporary tattoos? They just fade away. Oh my gosh, that really just took me back. Like, shoot. Wow. When I first threatened to run away from home, my parents packed my bags for me. I love that. That I love. Go. Here's the world. Take care. Enjoy it. It's a cold, cold world out there. I think that's kind of funny when parents do that in, like, you know, in a lesson learned, trying to teach you a lesson type of thing. Yeah, like, try not to let it go any further or malevolent, you know? Wow. My dad wasn't there the day I was born. He called my mom and said, only thing I have to say is if it's a boy, don't name him Kelly. The only thing I ever knew I wanted to be was a father. I learned to swim when my mom threw me in the Lano River. I've never heard of that one. 2 L's. The Llano River. Llano. Llano. And I was either going to float off the rocky waterfall 30 yards downstream or make it to the bank. I made it to the bank. Oh my God. Like, I'm like holding my breath here because it's like everybody has a rough upbringing, like, or difficult, you know, times in their childhood. Everybody goes through it. Most people go through it. But dang, this is crazy. I was always the first one to wear out the knees in my tough skin jeans. For 2 years, I led the under-12 soccer league in red cards as a goalie. I love football, soccer here in America. If there's anything that I love, it is that. And I cannot wait for the World Cup. Unfortunately, it's set in November, which is just absolutely ridiculous. I hear it's about the temperatures that are going to be so elevated in Qatar that, you know, the players are not really going to be able they're not going to be able to play. Was that song from Taylor Swift, Players Gonna Play? Anyway, yeah, so the World Cup is going to be in around Thanksgiving, fall, Christmas time. It's weird. It's such a summer sport and a summer global feeling and excitement. It feels like everybody's so energized by the sun and the Mondial, the cup, the games, the Olympics of it all, the Coliseum feeling, like like Viking chant, Viking applause, and I don't know, I'm going somewhere with that, but you understand that whole, it's a revitalization, like the world is together again. It's the World Games, different countries come to, you know, like fight each other. This is Sparta! I've never seen that movie, by the way. All right. I was always the first one to wear out the knees in my tough skin jeans. For 2 years, I led the under-12 soccer league in red cards as a goalie. When I kept whining about my lone pair of tennis shoes being old and out of fashion, my mom told me, keep griping and I'll take you to meet the boy with no feet. That sounds like a mother thing. I was blackmailed into having Saved by the Bell. Okay, so The Anatomy of Metahumans. I actually picked up both of these. I don't know, it's so funny. Like, I came to a realization, like, hey, these are both of these books are books that were gifted to me by my sisters. This one by my eldest, and this one by the one that's in a bottle. Yeah, so these are the ones that I'm deciding to read first. We'll see if we can get to The Giver and The Sun Is Also a Star. Again, lots of pressure. I don't know. I should not put pressure on myself to read. It's supposed to be an enjoyment of sorts. You know what I mean? It's supposed to be fun and peaceful and just a happy, great time. But, you know, once you set out a goal, it's like, accomplish it or not. Of course, it's okay if I don't, but I'm going to try. But not in a strenuous way. I'm trying my best not to do that. So yeah, The Anatomy of a Metahuman. I'm so excited to get into this because it has a lot of beautiful, gorgeous animations, or illustrations, should I say, by Maine Doyle. And this is what it pretty much looks like. And I just want to get right into it with you guys. I was thinking in my head, I was like, hey, what exactly does constitute a metahuman? I'm not thinking an alien would be. But Superman is obviously, you know, the guy in the cover, and he is actually the first one presented. And it looks like he has like over 20 pages. It goes from like 8 to 30 with Superman. Can you see that? Oh my gosh. So yeah, I read that little section next to the table of contents last night. Do you guys hear that? Those are the squirrels on the fire escape. Okay, so oh my goodness, so there's an introduction, and let's just get right into it. If you're reading this, then that means one of two things. Okay, oh gosh, it's Bruce. Oh wow, here's a squirrel. I see you. It's Bruce Wayne who's writing this, so I'm trying my very best Bruce Wayne voice. If you're reading this, no, that doesn't make sense. If you're reading this, that's me. If you're reading this, then that means one of two things. Best case scenario, I'm facing enemies too big to handle alone. This book is in your hands to help you better understand the threat they pose. Worst case scenario, one of my former allies has gone rogue. Here we go again. This dude, he trusts no one. He's a psychopath. Batman. Bruce Wayne. He is a freaking psychopath. Okay? He's crazy. He's certifiable. There's this animated film called Justice League Doom, where he basically comes up with this contingency plan to wipe out the Justice League, his fellow co-workers and friends, if they ever went rogue or evil or bad. So like, you know, kryptonite bullet for Superman. Squirrel out there distracting me, but I'll feed him later. Kryptonite bullet for Superman. He even had a plan for himself, which is crazy. Like, you're insane. Him being buried alive. And where was he buried alive next to? Like, who was he buried alive with? The skeleton of his parents. So his parents' corpse, pretty much. Is there a difference between a corpse and a skeleton? I would think so. Maybe a corpse is just something that's nice and fresh and just recently dead, and you can still see certain parts and features, and the skeleton is just a skeleton. Ooh, morbid. Okay, so yeah, worst case scenario, one of my former allies has gone rogue, and if I've handed you this information, then that means our entire world is most likely in jeopardy. Within these pages, you will find my contingency plans. What did I say? Nearly everything I've collected over the last several years. I'm sure that's not ethical, the way he collects information. On the anatomical makeup and physiology. Physiology. That's a hard word. Physiology.
Banana.
Okay, and physiology of a select sampling of metahumans. Included are my theories regarding how and why these aliens, cyborgs, and mutations function the way that they do. To obtain this information, I've broken into secure government sites, hacked expertly executed firewalls, and gathered evidence from crime scenes all over the world. This is what I have so far, and it's only the tip of the iceberg. Dang. This book is meant as a last resort. Cut my life into pieces. All right. But in the world we inhabit, it's foolish not to prepare for the worst. While I hope we won't have a need to use the contents of this study against our metahuman allies, the unthinkable has happened before, which is true. Yeah, it's true. Friends have become enemies, heroes have become villains, and there's every possibility that this could happen again. If you're reading this, the fate of humanity may ultimately depend on what we know about these super beings and how we can apply that information. That's why I've spent years working on this book. Despite my best efforts, I'm still nowhere near finished, but the information gathered here is immensely valuable nonetheless. I would be happy to see this book go unread, but past experience tells me that's an unlikely outcome. Past experience tells me that it may become our last line of defense. Bruce Wayne. Warning. There's a warning. It says, warning, do not attempt to duplicate this document or replicate it or put it, make it digital. So do not replicate this document or attempt to store it digitally. We must use analog methods to protect it from powerful metahumans. like Cyborg, who can hack through strong firewalls in nanoseconds and download countless exabytes of information in the blink of an eye. Remember, even our allies can be turned against us. He's so paranoid. Oh my god, look how beautiful this is. That's gorgeous. Oh my goodness. So yeah, we're going through the cell structure of Superman here, his visual capabilities, and this is truly like an anatomy book. Isn't that insane? Oh my gosh. Yeah, so it's lengthy, but it'll be read fast, you know, enough. His heat vision, his heat vision, freeze breath. Oh my gosh, they go into his lungs, pulmonary system. How sick is that? Look at that. Why he's strong, his flight capabilities. There's like equations here and everything. Oh my gosh, it just goes on and on and on. Oh my gosh. Ah, this is cool. Kryptonite. Kryptonite. Very cool. So I'll be reading that and I'll catch up with you guys later to just give you some of my thoughts of how it's going and the way that it's all written, to see if, you know, that's something I like. And I know I'll like it because it's DC.
It don't even matter if today was the worst day. Just remember what you can say. That we breathe in, just to breathe out, and we breathe in, just to breathe out. It don't matter what you do, who you see, who you screw. Cause we breathe in, just to breathe out, and we breathe in, just to breathe out.
I wish every day was a different day. I mean, I wish everybody had acted differently. I'm turned off from listening to bullshit. Off in the pulpit on this unit. I came back from Atlanta on the phone screaming, who's this? Nobody brought this to the point that I had, but I'm feeling real good and I'm happy. I ain't overly sad. I can say that. Don't you feel me? I ain't overly sad. I said there's no time for shit, man. I ain't overly sad. Hey, I know you heard it, cause I said it with purpose, and you know that I know you feel so good. I know that it's worth it to be the smoothest I can be. Although you've heard it before, I know you cannot ignore the feeling I'm fit from 3. I just want to slow things down.
So, I wanted to read a little section here from Superman and maybe a villain. So because I'm having my very own hearing issues right now, quite painful. I had like tinnitus, but on acid. Tinnitus exponentially bad. Like sometimes I don't hear out of an ear, and sometimes I hear a very high pitched sound out of one ear or maybe both ears. I feel like I'm just like, you know, so yeah. Get that hair out my mouth. Yeah, so I thought, how fitting. Why did I stop at the Superhearing section? I would like to just quickly read this part out to you guys. Okay, so Superhearing. Superman can hear sounds that humans can't, from infrasonic to ultrasonic, over far distances, and in considerably more detail than a human being can perceive. Clark has trained himself to screen out or block most noises in order to function in the everyday world, and has fine-tuned his listening process to be able to single out the beat of a single human heart at a distance of miles, or pick out a conversation from across a city. I don't know why people would not like him. He's too powerful. Isn't that incredible? Like, he's gonna be the first one chosen on my team every single time. Every single time. The conversations I heard over the years at work, at school, this and that, I'm like, did somebody give you this scripted answer to just blurt out? Or did you critically think and have your own opinion as to why you don't like Superman? He's not relatable. He's too strong. He's too powerful. So then, like, thinking this is real. I love DC. I'm so excited. I think there are like, what, 3 or 4 movies coming out this year. We got Batman in March. We got, I think, Black Adam, maybe, the one with The Rock, who's like an anti-hero or hero, villain, anti-hero, anti-villain, anti-hero? Is that the term? You know what I'm saying. It's like wavering on both sides. So yeah, we got Batman coming out in March. We got Black Adam, I believe, over the summer. We have, is the Flash this year? Oh Lord, thinking that I don't know. And then for sure I know Aquaman is coming out, and Aquaman 2 is coming out in December. I just really, oh my gosh, you guys, I hope for Aquaman, whether it be the number 2 or number 3 or whatever, because I believe they will probably make another sequel if it is successful. But you know, you never know. Things are so different now with going to theaters because of the world. But yeah, please God, please God, let them cut Aquaman's hand off, please. I'm like looking at there. I don't know if you can tell. Can you see it? Oh, let me try to. There we go. I hope you can see that. Let's bring it back. Yeah, please, just chop off his hand. When I saw that in the cartoon, oh, so epic. He cut off his hand to save his baby, to save his son's life. Oh, it was so good. Oh my God, Justice League. Okay. Okay, so sound is a form of energy produced by vibrations in a medium, air, gas, water. That's exactly what I feel like. Sometimes it'll be like it's like a weird liquidy, out of balance, fluidy sound, pockets of air. Something is going on with my eustachian tube for sure, and I have to go see an otolaryngologist. Ear, nose, and throat. Say again, ears, nose, and throat. So that'll be fun. But I can still hear, thank you God for that. But it is awful. The last time I got on an airplane, it wasn't pretty, the landing. Like, I never cried for a landing. I have never cried for a landing unless I did as a baby. But the landing was excruciating. It felt like some kind of Guantanamo Bay evil torture device that was happening to me. Like, I was not happy. And I'm looking around, I'm like, is anybody else grabbing their ears? No, everybody's like watching their little Delta movie, you know, in-flight movies, or listening or sleeping, or I'm like, and me, I'm like struggling. It was not fun. It was not fun. And I'm still suffering from it long after I've been on that plane ride. Okay, so sound is a form of energy produced by vibrations in a medium, air, gas, water. When something vibrates, it pushes the air molecules next to it, compressing them into waves of pressure. Energy is transferred from molecule to molecule until the energy is exhausted. Our ears and auditory systems collect, amplify, and transduce the sound into electrical impulses that the brain uses to perceive and localize sounds. Sound frequency is measured in hertz, which is low frequency. The sound producer vibrates, and objects that vibrates once per second would have a frequency of 1 hertz. So this book goes into all the little details, the math of it all. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. Stay away from helicopters, stay away from loud crowds, stay away from hair dryers, keep the television volume relatively low, and try not to wear earbuds, the ones that you stick into your ear, especially when you're running. It's awful. It's awful. I seriously, I was gonna say fervently believe that our generation, come 2060, 2070, we're gonna be like, huh? Far worse, because we got the AirPods, the Beats, the Raycons. It's going, you guys. And of course, people love blasting music in their car too. So, oh my gosh, we are, I believe, going to be that generation that is going to suffer in our old age when it comes to our auditory issues. We got a few villains in here. Doomsday, Killer Croc, Bizarro is kind of like, balancing on, like, both sides, hopping evil good. Killer Frost, Dark Side, oh my gosh, but I didn't want to do anybody who was Superman related, so maybe we'll do Killer Frost, and she's all the way on page 148. Yeah, Bizarro's story is so sad. Here's Killer Frost, y'all. Beautiful. She always reminds me of Livewire, if you know who that one is. This is really cool. Okay, Killer Frost. So Dr. Caitlin Snow was working at a Star Laboratories Arctic outpost, studying a powerful thermodynamic engine when agents from the criminal organization Hive sought to put an end to her progress. Trapped in the machine and desperate, she deliberately sabotaged the coolant system, exposing herself to a compound that turned her skin icy blue and gave her the ability to absorb heat and convert it into pressure waves of cold. Following the incident, Dr. Snow was able to freeze matter with thought and create ice constructions and projectiles from the air. However, her new abilities came with a heavy cost. Killer Frost, as she is now known, needs heat the way a typical human needs food, specifically the heat of living creatures. Oh, this reminds me of the Smallville episode where this high school jock, I think he was jock, he, in Smallville High, he was trapped under a lake, a frozen lake that had meteor rocks, kryptonite, and he died, I believe. And basically, the next morning, they just showed him, first of all, pounding, trying to get out. There was like, okay, set the scene a little bit, 3,000 degrees. So basically, I think there was some type of like, high school party, bonfire type thing going on in the woods. And he went alone to go make out point type of situation with a girl. And I think he just fell through the pier or whatever. And the girl probably went for help, but he, a lot of times when you fall under in those things, it's like freezes over. That's what it seems. And he was struggling to just, get out and, break through the glass. And he couldn't because, of course, he's human. And then they showed the camera pans to these meteor rocks, kryptonite. And the next morning, because it was a nighttime party, the next morning he punches his way out of the ice, freezing cold, walks back, towards the land, away from the lake, the frozen lake, and he's like passing by either flowers or a fire. I believe it was a fire. Maybe somebody went and left a fire running while they went to use the bathroom or something in the woods. Anyway, he walked by a fire and he absorbed all the heat from the fire. It was such a good episode, and the music in there is amazing. I think if I'm not mistaken, Juliana Theory, I'll put the name of the song right here, but the song that's in Motocross at the end, maybe it's not the end, but we're on the top of the world, da da da, anyway, the sha la 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 la, sha la la la, that song. Don't make fun of my singing, I'm not a singer. But yes, that song was in there, and he came, oh my gosh, I'm just like, I love Smallville, as you can tell. He came to his girlfriend's house. She was showering or whatnot, and there were a bunch of candles there, and that song is playing. He's like, hello? She's washing her hair or whatever. She's like, make yourself comfortable. Is that you, honey? You know how it is. And all the candles crystallized ice because he sucks in the heat, and he sucks in the heat from the herb, and the next thing you know, poor beautiful teenager, her body just shatters. So that's really cool. That's my little tangent. Okay, so however, her new abilities came with a heavy cost. Killer Frost, as she is now known, needs heat the way a typical human needs food, specifically the heat of living creatures. This intense hunger has caused her to take the lives of many innocent men and women, and to set her sights on siphoning off the living energy of the superhero Firestorm. This is so cool. I love my book. I absolutely love my book. Oh my gosh, and there's just so many little details. It's like truly like an anatomy. Metahuman. Wonderful job. Like, you guys, this book is incredible. really good. If you're a DC fan and you enjoy these kind of quirky little fun things, this is, as I said, not just a coffee table book, sure, but it's really something that to enjoy and take in. It's very fun. So, Anatomy of a Metahuman. Okay guys, so it's the next day, the next morning. I'm trying to just quickly film this before the day progresses quite early and whatnot. So yeah, I just wanted to close out the vlog, and I want to thank you guys so much for watching and coming along with me with my little reading journey. So I just have a few pages left of Greenlights. Final thoughts will be in my January wrap-up video, which is coming quite soon. Yeah, this is just, it's really heartbreaking. This book, I could not put it down. Really fantastic, strong memoir. It's like absolutely like honest. It's like brutally honest, and it's like personal. It's raw. It's just, it's amazing. It really is just like inspiring, and it's like almost like an advice book, as he kind of mentioned before. There's just so much that you can take from this book. I highly recommend this. This is definitely a book for adults. If I was to give it that rating for Motion Picture Academy type thing, this is MA, okay? There are some expletives in here, I'm just forewarning you. And there are more mature kind of stories about, you know, the deed, the thing, the do. Yeah, this just is absolutely amazing. Matthew really just goes into his whole life, the pertinent and relevant stories that really just kind of shows you how he has become the person that he is today. He just goes into a lot of personal stories, and you almost feel like you're just like peering in, like, should I be listening to this? Yeah, you get to read about different Hollywood actors as well. Like nothing like tell all style, but just his adventures and whatnot with other actors. I know he did in the book, he mentions a few of his buddies from one of the first films he ever did, Dazed and Confused. Cole Hauser and another buddy of his, Rory, went off on this really fun adventure through Europe, where they were riding motorcycles and just taking in all the scenery from Italy to a bunch of different places, Germany, and he tells about that. He goes into his life story with his parents and his mother and his brothers, and you know, his ups and his downs, and it's just absolutely a phenomenal book. The only aspect that I'm kind of doing a little bit of a wrap up, but I really want to just kind of save more for that video. Last thing I wanted to say, the only aspect of the book that I would be like, oh, this is a little bit up in the air for me, a little too are his little poems and his little, which is probably something that he's probably quite fond and proud of, are these like little inserts here that he has throughout the book. I'm like, I hate to say, but I didn't really care for those. Sometimes they were good, like I did read them, and then sometimes they were like okay, this is not mumbo jumbo, not to say that. It's very abstract, it's very ethereal, very out there. I'm trying to see if I could find one that is a little bit more convoluted in the way that it's written. Yeah, like something like this, for example, not even this might be like even okay, but I'm just gonna read like literally a couple of sentences from this larger page here. So this is like a little picture excerpt that he has in the book that is not really his first person narration in a sense. So it reads off like this, you know: boundaries to freedom. We need finites, borders, gravity, demarcations, shapes, and resistance to have order.
Bursting forth, pressing forward, surging.
This order creates responsibility. The responsibility creates judgment. The judgment creates choice. In the choice lies the freedom to create the weather that gives us the most favorable win. We must first remove that which causes the most friction in our core being. This process of elimination creates order by default, therefore rendering more to go toward, for instance, and less to go back away from.
Brilliant, isn't he?
Like, it does make sense, sure. This particular, piece that I did read, but some of them were a little bit more like, oh, okay. Like, I could have used without that, but definitely recommend Greenlights. Again, this is definitely for a mature audience, so keep that in mind. A really fantastic book, great insight. The pace was fantastic. You could really hear his voice come through in the story, and I laughed several times, and I was really taken aback and shocked and quite frazzled, and I went through a roller coaster of emotions reading this. So really great book. And the final book that I did read was Anatomy of Metahumans. What a lovely, lovely gift. I got both of these gifts again from my two sisters, my eldest sister, and then the one who comes after her. I'm the third one in line for the crown of what? Nothing. Yeah, so she, my other sister, I can't. Yo, girl. Fantastic. Thank you, girl, for this book. Really, I was blushing. Because she really just sticks to a lot of the same things. And me, I go out there with what I watch, and I'm a little bit more a little bit more. But I'm good. I was blushing because I'm like, she's gonna be reading this too. Do you know what I'm talking about? When you know somebody in your family who hasn't, who doesn't, not necessarily tolerate, but who doesn't really venture towards certain things. And it's like, I can't imagine her reading something like this. So I was so happy to have that. So thank you, sis. And then my other sis gave me this one again for my birthday, I believe. Great book. Can I just tell you, the details in here are just so worthwhile. You just want them to do the whole catalog of DC characters. It's like, where's part 2? I'm sure there are more metahumans out there. I wish they defined metahumans, unless I missed it, you know what I mean? If you know the proper definition of a superhero type or villainous type of comic-y metahuman, please leave it below. I'm like, what is the true definition of a metahuman? Because I'm like, is it an alien and a cyborg and a Martian, who's an alien, I guess. But a mutation, what does that mean? Is it all, it all encompasses metahuman? Phenomenal book. Lots of gorgeous characters that you love from movies and TV shows and comics and whatnot. Beautiful animations in here, or illustrations. I keep saying animations, but illustrations in here by Mr. Or Mrs. I can't tell. Ming Doyle. Fantastic work. And of course, the writing too is just so clear and easy, and just something that you can pick up. It'll make your day brighter. So this is something I highly recommend if you are a huge DC or superhero comic book fan. Just a gorgeous book that I can't wait to reread and dive into again, because there's a lot of information in here. And I absolutely love knowing the fact that as I'm progressing towards the book, it's Batman. It's Batman who wrote all of this. So he's crazy, as I said in the intro of this video. I love Batman. Gotta love Batman. But he's insane. And he just... It's the audacity of Batman. You think you have all this money, and you think you could just go and, go and spy on spying on the freaking, the villains and stuff, spying on your colleagues, Martian Manhunter, Cyborg, Superman. What are you doing? Aquaman. What are you doing? They're part of the Justice League. Do you want to get killed? You're only human. After all, they can all kill you, especially Superman. Jesus, I tell you, if DC could just please come out with the nightmare scene already from Justice League, the Snyder Cut one. Can we please? Where we have evil Superman. Everybody's waiting for that. I'm waiting for that. the Injustice Superman, where Superman just loses his crap because Joker kills Lois and his unborn child, and he breaks Batman's back. That comic is amazing. I think it's by the Mortal Kombat people. But I do the ramble on, as always. Gorgeous, phenomenal book, wonderfully done. I'm so happy I read this. And it's just like, it's just a light, easy start to the year. You guys, I couldn't do it.
Can't do it. Can't do it.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. These two, I was not able to get to them in time because life is life by Opus. Go check that song out. It's incredible. The Sun is also a Star and The Giver. They were in my TBR, my January TBR, but I was unable to really get to them because just, I can't, I can't just eat these books, and I don't want to do the audiobook either because I have them in my possession. I want to read them, have them through, be ingested in that fashion. Nothing's wrong with audiobooks, obviously, but that's not the method that I wanted to do for these for this reread and this first read. So I can't do it. I can't do it. Do I feel bad? Like a little bit, but am I gonna live? Yes. I may push them off to the next month, or maybe this one might go in the summer, this one might go in the fall. I don't know. You guys will have to stick around to find out whether or not it happens. But yeah, I couldn't do it. I was not gonna rush it. You know what I mean? I'm not about to be rushing anything. So yeah, it's okay. It's totally fine. I'm really not even like that much like beat up myself. So I did about 5 books this month. So you guys will see all of that in the wrap up. Very happy with my progress. You guys, I work about 164 hours every 2 weeks. So impossible to read all these books and actually understand them. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my very next video.